Okay, so here we are. Why the carnivore diet creates your best health ever. And we are going to discuss the scientific reasons why choosing carnivore might be the best decision you've ever made for your health. But what's the major reason? Well, we can look at a few things. One is taking out inflammatory processed foods. Now, I know we can do that with other ways of eating, but carnivore definitely does that. Plus, if you see what I mean, because we're really looking at things like eggs and beef and chicken and poultry and all the good things that are definitely not processed. Obviously, some people include dairy. So the first thing is a really simple thing. We're taking out inflammatory processed foods. That's the first thing, which if anybody does, even if they're not on carnivore, that's going to improve some of their health. Definitely. That's the first thing. Then we're looking at things like seed oils. Seed oils are industrially manufactured oils. Seeds, you cannot get a seed and press it and oil comes out. There's a huge manufacturing process, huge amounts of heat, huge amounts of chemicals that stop it going rancid. And once they're in your system, it does seem like they stay in your system for a long time. Every cell in your body has a phospholipid bilayer. I didn't want to get too scientific. Basically, you have a globe and it's completely contains inside it what your body needs, and certain cells have certain things, but I'm trying to keep it really basic. So that big globe, that lipoprotein thing that goes around, you can get these artificial fats going into the membranes basically and causing problems. We want to have natural fats going in there, so getting rid of seed oils is really good. Blood sugar or blood glucose management becomes a lot easier. So when you eat something that's high carbohydrate, let's use a can of Coke or drink, let's use that, that's easy because I know the numbers. Can of Coke, you drink a can of Coke, 9 teaspoons of sugar enter your system very quickly. Your blood glucose needs to be sort of going along at approximately 1 teaspoon for every 5.5 liters of blood. You want 5.5 liters of blood containing 1 teaspoon. I just want to get that across. In that blood, 1 teaspoon of sugar. And when you have a can of Coke, that's 9 teaspoons. Imagine that really ramps up the blood glucose. This is not a good state for the body. So insulin is released from the pancreas. Insulin's job is to basically take that sugar out of your bloodstream, and it carries it somewhere. And it says, right, okay, we're going to take you to the liver, but your liver might be full up already because there's a finite storage in your liver. So it might take it to your muscles, and there's finite storage in your muscles, but that blood sugar's got to go somewhere, and the only other place it can go, sadly, where it's an infinite amount of storage, is fat. So a lot of that excess energy goes into your fat stores. So the hormonal response, that's the biggest thing really. I suppose the overriding benefit of carnivore is you're not pushing up your blood glucose, therefore you're not pushing up your insulin, and therefore you're not pushing up your fat storage. And that's possibly the biggest plus. And I don't want to go into too much more detail because we will be going into more detail about insulin sensitivity, looking at your lipid panel, cholesterol, all those sort of things in other videos. But just basically keeping out the processed foods, keeping out the seed oils, and making sure that your blood glucose management is pretty stable, therefore your insulin levels are pretty stable and low, are the main reasons why people see health benefits. But there's plenty of other things to talk about, but that's the main reasons.
Stephen, thank you so much for summarizing this. So I'm hearing cell membranes, seed oils out, processed foods out, and on 100% carnivore diet, we're not going to have these crazy blood sugar issues where the body just gets tons of extra glucose to deal with. Is this the basics how I do?
What a great student.